Yeah, so great day. We drafted 2 grown men today, huge competitors, excellent human beings, alpha dog guys, leaders. Derick and Charbonnet are just really, really impressive people. You guys are gonna find them both really impressive. Pass rush, attitude with Derick, motor, hustle. Charbonnet, just the toughness, effort, maturity with both these guys. I mean, it's just it's really exciting to add the toughness to this group. I'm sorry. So with that, we'll open it up.
And then trading and getting. I guess.
Yeah, we had a goal going into this thing. To try to get into next year a little bit. Next year's draft. Throughout the process, we had a couple upsets in there, meaning that we had some guys go, that we were interested in. Happens, especially early in the draft. So we felt real blessed to be able to get into a deal with Denver and acquire that 3rd round pick.
Is that just about you projecting the strength of next year's draft? Is that why you wanted to do that?
Yeah, next year's class is supposed to be really good. Yep.
What do you like about
Not
Zach?
slighting this year's class, just saying.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a common theme, like everybody knows it.
Yeah. What do you like about Zach as a runner?
Wow, contact balance, toughness, hands, vision, versatility. I mean, he runs a little for a guy that runs a little bit upright. I mean, he's got some serious contact balance, and can extend his burst and get downfield. And I mean, he's a tough, rugged dude that he wears people out.
You've been talking for years about a 1-2 puncher running back. What can him do?
Yeah, really, Zach is legitimately that. He's going to be right in there with Ken, and it's going to take both guys to get the workload, and with help from DJ. And I really like the versatility, like we're talking about here, because he can block and he can catch the ball in the backfield. He's good on the screen game. He makes big plays. He's been the workhorse, and so I think he'll be a great compliment to Kenny. So I got Ken on the phone just to talk to him about that, how much we've seen fitting together. So pretty excited about this one.
Derick had 24 tackles for loss in the last 2 years. What have you seen from him as a run defender, where he fits in the scheme you guys run?
He's a real stout penetrator. He really gets off the right. He's really fast. Again, we added another fast guy to play on the edge that'll show up. In particular, if you've seen the highlights in his pass rush and how he digs into guys, speed to power is really his strength, and he pursues the ball really well. He chases it. But probably the why that happens, why you're getting those numbers, is because of the motor that he brings. He's really a constant. He brings it with great energy. Played a ton of plays. I think he played 80-something% of the time last year. So he's a tough-minded kid as well. Going to really be a help for us on teams because he fits right into all of the core areas. He'll be a big guy for us and all that stuff. So
really impressive pro day.
Yeah, terrific.
Some of his deficiencies, he really, in his game during the fall, he really showed well to compensate for some of those things at his pro day. That you can really say, wow, this guy it's really impressive what he did.
What do you like about the person, Derick, the person?
Overcoming obstacles, man. He's a leader. He's the alpha dog of that team. I'm sure he's told you guys a story. Sorry.
Yeah, the people love him. The coaches love him. What he brings and what he stands for: leadership, toughness. All of the things that we love add to our team.
On that note, we interview these guys. We try and interview their coaches. We're digging into the type of people there. They come across as not just good character, but just rare, like extraordinary character guys. You guys passed on a defensive lineman, a really talented defensive lineman, ostensibly for maybe maturity issues. After these few years now, can we now comment on how the Malik McDowell situation may have caused you guys to have conversations and refocus? Is that something that we can infer, or where are you on that, Pete?
Well,
John?
I think not mentioning names in particular, but every single draft you learn lessons about what works and doesn't work. And I say draft, that's any acquisition, anybody we bring to this building. And look, there's no secret when we when we finished the season last year, we said we wanted to, you know, add some toughness and some juice to this football team. And we feel like we've really done that.
Yeah, I would just say about that we learn stuff all the time. There's no one lesson where we're trying to make up for something that happened before. It's not that. We really have, and I think you've seen us over the years, continue to dig to find the right people, the right guys that really stand for what we want them to stand for. So when we ask them to do this crazy stuff, we ask them to play so hard and consistently keep coming back year after year. You got guys that it really mean something to them. I mean, our locker room right now, you guys have heard me talk about this team in particular last year, and the togetherness and the willingness to go the extra step and the extra, make the sacrifice for the guy next to him and all that. That's a big deal, and there's a very subjective kind of, you know, loose kind of area in there that you can close in on a team that can be a positive factor. That's the connectedness and the together that they feel and that bond. And when you have great people that really care and it really means something to them, and they got a freaking chip on their shoulder that they're going to prove who they are, you're going to get everything they got, more so, and they're going to help a guy who might not be of that makeup as much, and that's how you build the team. And so I think really last year's class was a great indication of great people, man. These guys were really on it, and they're going to tap out in the next couple of years as really big time contributors. And I think you can see these 4 guys we just picked. Well, you've already seen them. You know, you can tell they're the real deal, and we're so happy to bring them to our locker room, to our guys. You know, because our guys that are here will feel that, and they'll understand it. They'll know why they're on this team and why we chose them. And it's another way to add to all that it takes to put together a championship club. And so we're really fired up about it.
2 years ago, or 2 Marches ago, when you made that trade with Denver and acquired all that capital, I think a lot of people assumed at some point in the next 10 rounds of the draft you would acquire a quarterback. I think this is probably more of a testament to Gino than anything. But does that surprise you looking back on it now that never happened?
You couldn't give that to me? Our goal every year is to draft a quarterback. It really has been, honestly, and it hasn't happened. You can't just force it, especially at that position. It's the most unique position in the game, and so you know we feel like with Gino and Drew, we have 2 really good quarterbacks, right? There's still several good quarterbacks. We have 6 picks tomorrow. There's still several good quarterbacks available. If we're able to line somebody up and it works, great. But we're not gonna panic and push just to do it. That's when you can make huge mistakes.
Would the same logic apply to why you guys haven't done anything on the interior of your defensive line?
Yes, exactly. And like I said, we had some upsets today, and it happens, you know. So it's like, all right, now.
It's not like we're not aware of it. Yeah, we're watching and we're looking. You know, we'd like to. Yeah, and we've made an effort in free agency. You know, we were right out the chutes to go get a couple of guys that we could really count on, and we're not done. You know, it's not done. None of it's done. We just got a lot of work to do. And we get 6 big shots tomorrow too, so we're still at it.
John, you mentioned a couple times there's some upsets, things have happened. Is this different at all this year, or is this just normal first 2 days of the draft? How things have fallen and taken place?
No, this one is probably the most random that we've had so far in our 13 or 14 drafts since we've been here. You know, we've had guys come off a medical board already. We've had guys come off a free agent board already, and we're only in the 3rd round. So, yeah, it's pretty. This is very random.
Bigger picture about the draft capital from the trade last year. Just when you look at those 8, 9 guys, like what have you acquired in terms of talent, culture fits, and flexibility?
Wow. How much time? How much time we got, brother?
I only asked a good question.
Yeah. No, I mean, every player, you know, every aspect of that trade has specific value, and you know, being able to get Drew back was great. You know, we made a casualty call with Shelby. You know, Noah's you guys saw what Noah could do last year, and you know, I think these guys are gonna perform real well. I think everyone will be pleased with performance as well.
It's had an impact on our program. There's no doubt. It was a big change for us, but it's really felt positive. You know, it's felt like we're getting stronger. Our the way we're looking to the future with this draft, last draft, and elevating. You know, we got a good feeling about what's going on, and we're excited about it. And then to come back, here it goes this draft. What do we do with it? Bang! You know, 4 guys that are going to play for us, and they're going to be big factors on this team and help us, you know, win a bunch of games. It feels good now. It feels like we're making progress, and you know, we'll see how far we can stretch the impact of it all.
John, we've seen some teams pick up some 5th-year options on 2020 guys. Where are you at with doing that with Jordan?
Yeah, we have till May 2nd to make that decision, and we haven't made a decision yet.
How's his recovery?
Carrots?
Hmm?
Carrots.
Yes, it's the name of the brand.
Cool.
Carrot.
You didn't know that? Wow.
I thought it had something to do with
They had
No,
some guy popped up on the TV today, like some guy like announcing one of the picks, and I'm like, I can't believe it. They flashed his name real quick. I'm like, yeah, Peter, I can't believe you didn't know who that was, man. He's a what do you call him? Influencer. Yeah, he's an influencer. Yeah.
Do you find that Derick Hall had a certain tweener quality to him, or do you have a real set idea about how you want to tween?
No, he's an outside backer, really. He's an outside backer that in the nickel stuff would be an outside rusher. And there's no question for us. He and Mafe are very similar. You know, they both run 4.5s. They're both 250 of 60s, you know, right in there. And they're both really aggressive attacking guys. So we think that I think you see us fitting the mold.
Yeah, he's
you know,
got it.
and Chenna is, you know, 260s and right there too, you know. So that's kind of the guys we're looking for.
He's got some really cool inside rushes too.
Yeah,
He can
yeah.
pull. I mean, he's got some
Yeah.
length and heaviness about him.
With those guys you mentioned, and Daryl Taylor, just talk excited about that.
Yeah, man, if you guys, I know you guys haven't seen Daryl. Daryl's come back so strong and solid. It's really exciting as we've seen him just in the phase 1 here, working out with the training staff. We're expecting big things from this group. It's a good group. They were very productive last year, but I think we're just scratching the surface. I think Daryl can have a huge year, and Chen is really excited about, you know, adding to what he did. He had his best season ever, and we don't see any reason why that should fall off. And then having the chance to put Derick in that rotation, because we want to rotate these guys. We want these guys to play fresh and fast, and that just, it looks like it's taking really good shape.
Was there a plan for Daryl to bulk up? Did you guys want him to get bigger?
Just keep growing and just, you know, maturing. You know, I think he is the most focused he's been in this offseason. He's always been a really good worker. He looks like he's the most productive he's been, and he's been great spirits going through the program so far. So I know he's really got his sights set on having a big year.
Where's Tyreek Smith fit into that?
We gotta see. We don't know. We don't know yet. You know, really, we gotta wait and see. He has not had a chance to do much of anything for us at this point. Although he's back now and he's in the program and going, so this will be like his freshman year. I'm sorry, his rookie season again. You know, so.
What about
when he practiced? He was impressive.
What about Alden Robinson? Same thing.
He's coming off injury.
Yeah.
He's mended. You know, he's still working at it, and he's a little slimmer right now, building back up, but he is working with us and getting going.
Pete, does Zach's versatility enhance your flexibility on third down?
Yes, yeah, it does. He can be a third down back for us, and Kenny can do it too. You know, so it just there'll be a rotation there as well, and we'll see. You know, we've got to see how that kind of plays its way out. Like, is there a strength that we should stay with Zach and he should get more of that time, or Kenny should? We'll wait and see. But you know, the versatility is awesome. We just know that we're not restricted at all with these guys. And we know that DJ does a nice job of helping us too. DJ had a very productive season last year, so the group is shaping up really nicely.
Did you guys know last couple of years that you wanted to take running backs early, second round, like going in, or both these guys, are they just kind of unique and you kind of had to have them when they felt it?
We just, the importance of running the ball, I mean, and then, no, we didn't know going, yeah, we're going to do this at this point. You build your board a specific way, but it just so happened. I mean, I was very surprised he lasted that long, Zach, because of how quickly the two guys went yesterday. So I mean, we started this morning. We knew we wanted to take Derick and then Zach, but I mean, we kind of blew Zach off a little bit because we figured he'd be gone.
How do you feel about your inside linebacker room entering day 3?
Yeah, I think it's an exciting room when Jordan gets back out there with the fellas. Devin is an exciting football player. Runs really well, versatile, all over the place. Sideline to sideline guy. We got Bobby in the building, so that's feels good, stature-wise and leadership-wise and production. He had a terrific season last year. So in our younger guys, getting Johnny Radigan back. Johnny's really back to full speed, bigger than he's ever been. We're anxious to see him. And then
Levi.
Yeah, Levi Jones he's 10 pounds heavier, and he's ready to go and have much more, connected to the position. Was a little bit of a transition for him. So it's a very good group, we'll get a lot of play out of that. We'll get a lot of special teams out of that group too.
How much does Miles Adams' improvement last year play into where things stand right now?
It's really important to us. He's one of the guys that's been around, and that has played with us, played in games, and made plays happen. And so he'll be in the mix, for sure. You can see with our numbers right now, it's gonna be a little different than what it looks like right now. It's gonna continue to grow. But Miles is in there, and he showed versatility.
Is Monet back with you guys right now, or what's his situation?
He's here. He's here working out, and he's working on his weight. Weight's in pretty good shape right now for this time of year. We're pleased. His mom was here most of the off season, and when she went back home, that's going to help him a little bit because Mom cooks really well for him. So that's going to help us. But he's on the mend, and he's very diligent about his work.
So you said Vi Jones he's not doing both now. He's just inside?
He'll still have that flexibility. Yeah.
Anything else?
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.